And we know you're watching us live from the UK. Ifo Antoinette, today is your birthday. You're in where? Kensington. I hope that's where you are, or Debenham, or Surrey, or wherever you are. Please enjoy your day, and a very good morning to your son too, Sammy.
All right, so Anafo Roger is watching the show, and he said Roland is now having 2 wives. Wow, they fit you, Papa. Lovely couple.
I
like you can handle it.
I can handle it. I love the company though.
You can handle it?
I can't handle. Yeah.
Even the hairpiece cries matter.
Charlie, keep complaining. I say fire. I'm able to. And there's a lot of stress around. So let's distress you by bringing to you what we have by way of news. So let's start the first story. Displaced residents of Mensa, Guinea, suburb of the capital, Accra, located behind the Arts Center, have accused the Accra Metropolitan Assembly of turning their former place of residence or abode into a dump site.
Following the June 3 floods last year, AMA officials demolished structures at the site, explaining it was to create space to allow the free flow of water. However, the displaced residents say a year on, the AMA is using the area as a dumping site for metal wastes. Favor Nunu visited the area and has come through with this report.
The mini charging machine, mean na taxis nefi take any. Lale ni mokola le nefte, le mago ne yimwa, aba ukaba machine. Oh, mokola le nefte, ni le what's ko sane me ba on le satin ju. Alom le ba fe le ju. Ko da awu go ama. Yo ene ne ke nyele eneje. Wale eneje, me bi ba ukaba mbi. O ye so ka me bi. Me bi ga ba bi. Me ka si yo bi fe ama me lo ba. Me be come bola can be na geba. Me be ama geba. Me be am geba. Ye so akeje mokonuchu mo heni etwoni e bia. Ya je moko workshop ni. Wash shia ni wo yo, wo shia bulo ni wo yo me. Ni bia fe wo chuji ni wo ko no e bia ni. What he's actually saying is that there were residents in this area. They actually lived in this particular space that's called Guinea Mensa, and they lived up the hill, Mensa Guinea. Now, the challenge is that the AMA moved them away from here. And if you remember last year, it was in the news. But then after moving them away from this place, whereas they have been rendered homeless, he is saying that the AMA has actually been parking in this place scraps, vehicles that they actually impound from town, vehicles that they do not know where it's coming from, essentially scrap material is actually dumped here. So while they are homeless, the vehicles are sitting here. And I've been curious about whether it is from the AMA or not. And he maintains strongly that it is the AMA that brings these vehicles and actually leaves it here and whilst they go away. And on the streets, you tell that the entire street is actually messed up. But I'm speaking to another gentleman. I want to find out indeed whether this is true or not. What do you know about the vehicles that have been parked here? Where does it come from?
Oh, the 3rd June, circle disaster. Yeah. Then the AMA brought this car here. So it's AMA who brought this car here. First, people are living here fine. You understand me? Yes. And AMA come demolish here. See what they demolish here. See. Right now, but first is here is not like that. So this car is AMA who have brought this car. Some people don't know that even their cars are here, and even they didn't announce that any person who haven't seen his vehicle have to come to here. You understand? Yeah, people don't know. If you are demolishing here now, if immediately you demolish here, we have to do something here so that it can bring money to the country. You understand? But here now, our leaders, they are not creative. They don't create works. You understand? Here, it's seaside, nice. So you can create a job. Tourists can come and see. See what here has done. Here has become a refuse site. And the Kayabelo peoples too, if they carry bola, they pass here. And they dump it here and run away.
Okay. Who are the Kayabola people?
Oh,
the boys who work in
the boys who work in a market, you know. Oh, Kayabola come here, they sweep, then they collect 2 cedi, 1 cedi. Yeah, they are Kalaboya. Yeah. Yes.
So they bring their
yeah, here. You understand? And then it's not fine. First, people are living here nice.
Well, fisher folk, and that's very place, Mensa Guinea, they are complaining of some low catch these days.
And they attribute this to the increasing number of plastic waste and scrap metals in the sea, which destroys their nets as well.
From Accra Central, if it rains, come from Accra Central and joins the main gutter and come up to the sea. So something should be done. If it rains, it brings plastic bags, it piles up. Oh, if it piles up, it becomes plenty.
Don't you attempt to clean it?
Yeah, we clean it. You see, the filth is a lot. We can't do it ourselves. The government should help us.
This resident says Zoil, the waste management company, which used to clean the beach, has stopped work, and that has compounded the situation.
No, these days it doesn't happen, but during Kufuor time, they used to come and clear the rubbish. So it will help them. Yeah, but if we do it ourselves, there is no help. After, if you collect the rubbish, where will we put the rubbish?
Kofi Lante narrates how the monetary benefit of his work has been replaced by trash.
Right now, the room the floor, you don't get nothing. Where is the form now? The water they bring the boiler from Gota, Mr. Guinea in Shona. Say 10 Ghana, 10 city. But we have 15 people. We say 10 city. Any boiler plenty. The boiler plenty for years. So far for a year. You say we know our program with that.
This fisherman places the blame at the doorstep of the Kinshona beach community. The waste also comes from some of the people that live around the Kinshona area. I see them in the evening and at dawn dumping refuse directly into the sea. Despite personal efforts to rid the beach of waste, they contend without assistance of stakeholders, waste is gradually taking away their source of livelihood.
There's a community in the West Gonja district. It's called Kojope, and the residents of that very farming community say they face lack of access to health care.
Now, they have to walk to Busunu, which is about 9 kilometers, to access health care. The hardest hit are pregnant women who have to either walk or ride on a motorbike deep in the night for delivery. Pregnant women are now faced to deliver at home despite the risk of having complications. Rafiq Salam traveled to Kojope and now reports.
Located at the outskirts of the West Gonja district of the Northern region is Kojokura, but better known as Kojope. It is also on the Fufurusu Solar Highway with a population of a little over 1,200. Kojope is a predominant farming settlement. The major challenge facing the people is how to access quality health care when they are sick. Pregnant women are the hardest hit. They walk 9 kilometers to Bosono, the nearest community, to attend antenatal care. 53-year-old Sally Azara is a mother of 8, and she walked me through the troubles they go through to access medical care.
Anytime we are in labor, we have to travel to Bosono, which is far away, sometimes deep in the night. There are no vehicles here. We have to depend on the benevolence of people who have motorbikes to send us there. Sometimes we deliver on the way. It is not easy. Others who do not have motorbikes deliver at home. It happened to me. Only one of my 8 children was delivered at the clinic. In some of the cases, I had complications.
The assemblyman for the Busunu electoral area, Brad Joachim, spoke about the inconvenience he suffers anytime a woman is in labor and has to be carried to Busunu deep in the night.
Sometimes, that was weekend, this weekend Sunday, I saw someone with a snake, this in scorpion sting, and then they have to pick it all the way to Busunu. I even went and paid for the injection. So there's a facility here, taking the pain all along to Busunu would have just been something short. The vaccination would have been done here. So I think this is even going to reduce my burden too. Because sometimes when they come, they have to come and wake me up to go and then call the in charge or those nurses in the clinic in Busunu. So I think having it here will reduce the pressure as well get from the people.
Seeing the difficulty that people go through when they are to seek medical attention, the West Gonja District Assembly awarded for the construction of a community health planning and services CHIPS compound at a cost of 139,932 Ghana cedis. Ali Bakar Kasim is its chief executive.
His Excellency in his manifesto directed that people of his area or people of Ghana should accept health delivery in close distance. That has mandated the West Gonja District Assembly in their allocation of the resources under the District Assembly Common Fund is putting up a CHIPS compound for these populated people in the area of Kojope. We also will want the community to take charge of the project. We are actually going to construct for the value of money. We are not going to compromise any shoddy job. And I am going to charge my engineer to make sure that he has nothing to do with the contractor in terms of shoddy job. We will pay based on job done and job that is satisfied and not job that is not satisfied.
Even though the contractor is yet to move to site to begin the project, the people are already thanking the government for the initiative.
I'm happy, and I'm happy. I don't know what to do with myself. Seeing the sword cutting alone, I know I am already healed psychologically.
The assembly also cut sword for a similar project at Rangaline, a suburb of Damongo. Reporting for Joy News, Rafik Salam, Kojope.
We're here in the studio, and Ghana has been deprived of wisdom and progressive knowledge by self-seeking politicians who are quick to hurl insults on anyone who dares express an opinion, all deemed against their political interests or beliefs.
Knowledgeable and forward-thinking citizens are now afraid to speak for fear of being tagged as belonging to a political party and their names dragged in the mud for simply speaking wisdom into the lives of Ghanaians. This is the position of the Christian Council of Ghana and the Ghana Pentecostal and Charismatic Council, who say there is an urgent need to address the situation.
Unity is very important in whatever you do. The Lord Jesus Christ expects his church to be united. And in fact, that was the last prayer that he made for the church, that his people, he prayed for the apostles and said that he was also praying for all his disciples. So we realized that for us to become a very affordable force in the country, all the churches should come together. And it begins with the Ghana Pentecostal and Charismatic Church and the Christian Council of Ghana. In fact, Christian Council of Ghana was established in somewhere 1922. But this is the day that the Lord has said that two of us should come together.
Now the impression is everybody must keep quiet, or you say what I want to hear, else now there's attack. Now the attacks are not only insult. People are receiving text messages, if you don't do this, we'll do this, we'll maim you, you'll see what we'll do to you. And so you get pastors who are getting threat messages for abduction and kidnapping and maiming and stuff like that. Now if you do that, we are going to what we call culture of silence, where people feel the best thing to do is to sit back and watch. But we don't need that as a country. Growth and development, good governance is a collective responsibility.
And again, you are in Romford, the UK. I got your residential area right, and if one tonight, I know you're having a great time. Please buy me pizza. I'll be traveling there sometime in the next 3 months to come and join you for the pizza. Put it in your fridge, freeze it up. Happy birthday to you. I know you're 25 years today, and I wish you all the best.
If birthday is like part of the news. That's it for the
AM
news for now. We'll have to turn our attention to some messages on WhatsApp, and then we will change over. We'll get to Bernard, who's got some Facebook messages as well. Let's read this one. Mama V and Roland, you're welcome back. In fact, I fell sick after the two of you left my TV. Today I'll get my healing, especially the gifted Mama V. Norbert from Paga Oh gosh, that's so nice.
She's still not too well.
Thank you.
I actually want to grant a leave of absence. She still needs to recover.
Okay, this one says, hello, good morning. I am Mohammed and watching you live from Malabo, Guinea, Equatorial. Good morning show and welcome back, Mama V. Well, thank you. And kindly include your name the next time you send us a message on WhatsApp. This one says, Blue Black from Wa. If God bless, Nana is going to win this election. All right, we hear you, Blue Black. This one from Ibrahim Diego Denga at Pando says, good morning, GH. I have my cousin and pupils seating for the BEC. I wish them the best of luck.
Okay, so we say good luck to all those candidates sitting for the BEC, and we will want to wish them all the best.
Yeah, more best wishes for the BEC candidate. This one says, wishing all BEC candidates a farewell in their exams, especially Roland Sechi in Newtown International School and Faustina, also in the Chief Danso Memorial School, all in, is it Asimfosu? Yes, Asimfosu. And that's from Kenneth Ato Bomfo inside Asimfosu town. Yeah,
I love the way you wrote the inside.
Yeah.
And we have Benis available. Abu Beidu.
Sure.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
What's up on social media?
Well, we're still talking about BEC. We're finding out from people when they wrote their BEC, and you shared yours 21 years ago. That's a really long time.
I guess I'm sugar daddy.
And what are someone? Yes, you are. But your body is deceiving us.
Yeah,
and we're also finding out.
That's an insult.
What are some of the things you did before you wrote the exam? So let's pick some of your comments here on the AM show. And Opoku Joseph says, I wrote it in 2002 and I had to prepare for a Second World War because some of the papers were cancelled because of leakages. But I can say that...
back in 2002?
Yeah. At my village where I wrote the BEC, I never had a single question due to that leakage. They were unfair to me.
Oh.
We're sorry about that. Christian Bliss Tichi says, 2002, I had to learn throughout the Sunday before the exam day. But one thing I did that I think people should practice is to seek the face of God, because it's not what you know or you're going to write, but he can turn things around
you seek the face
for
of God,
your good.
And you don't learn too.
Well,
it's
well, Christian says he says he learned. So in addition to that, says, I prayed against every wicked invigilator and examiners to be taken off my way, wishing them good success. Okay, Champo Martin Despite says, yeah, 2004, the exams at that time was tougher, unlike nowadays where exam papers could leak a month before time. Nowadays, the exams is more like homework.
Martin that 2 years before he wrote, there were leakages.
Yes, I'm sure he didn't know that. But I'm not sure it's to the degree it is now. But he says it's like homework, and we had no books, no Google.
But they still had calculators.
Yes, sure they did.
No,
Michael,
BEC, you couldn't send. You couldn't
yes.
send.
Okay, yeah,
you didn't write BEC, right? You look all strange. No calculators in BEC. You didn't know that.
Michelle Fletcher says,
no,
I wrote mine
Shut up.
in 2010, and I can still remember some questions. I can recall a heavy rainfall on the day we were writing science. We were graded with 5 subjects, and my school registered us for only 6. So if you fail more than one elective, there's no way out. But he says they were able to go through. Samuel Ransford says, in 2011, it was just a very good experience. I had to go to church for prayers, Roland. And after that, read my English notes. And on Monday, I was so nervous, but Madame Rita had to motivate us. And surely we came out with flying colors.
That's who remembers the teacher's name? That's
Ransford, 2011.
Latter-day Saint. I don't remember my teacher's name.
Okay, let's do Atu Valander says, I wrote in 2013, pretty young, but I'm still in the house. And my friends just was their final exam, and it's very painful to see them finish, but it was a nice experience. Just take your rest and keep on remembering what you've learned. I wish you all the best. And that's a message to the candidates who are partaking in
Don't
this
I have
year's
a message there? I wrote it in 1994.
No.
Oh, no, there's a 1997.
Oh, okay. So,
okay.
All right. Benedicta Goleku says 1997, and she sighs and says, thanks to Mrs. Bertha Chinnery, she can remember, she made us write more essays and attended extra classes with one teacher alone, and to God be the glory. She, passed with a distinction, sure. And she remembers the teacher's name, 97.
Right. let me also just recall, I wrote in a class of schools. It was the number 4th school, number 4 junior secondary school then in Ashaiman.
Okay.
Yeah, and we had to learn throughout the days prior, camping ourselves in the classrooms. Our headmaster, I think he allowed it, Mr. Achu that he's called. And it was a period that we all knew that we were going to do well because we were just a bunch of guys and ladies who thought we wanted to. And God being great, all of us seem to be doing well.
Yeah.
Yeah. And especially coming from a public school from Ashaiman was pretty difficult because if you're not from a private school, it's difficult for you to pass in a public-run junior high school.
Yeah.
Okay, then it was junior secondary school.
Yeah. That's true. I went to a public school as well. I wrote with Danceman 4JS, also a cluster.
Yeah.
More than, I think about 3 or 4 schools.
No wonder your English has changed.
But you see, the thing about Danceman 4JSS and where we were located, because we were in Danceman, you know, Danceman also hosts some of the best schools. So you can talk about St. Benedict's, Martin the Porres, and things like that.
And here you are in
Danceman 4JS. The only difference,
so
I tell
means
you,
that you're the 4th of the class of the schools.
I don't know. I haven't thought about it, but there's 1, there's 2. Mine was 4.
So God is great.
But I didn't. Yeah, God is always great. But you see, the only difference was the crests. When you saw us, because we were in Danceman, when we closed from school, we would also be speaking English.
I think that
the only difference was the crest.
No, but I think that for many of the public schools in the well-planned communities like Danceman, Sakumono, Tema, etc., the public schools at the time that I was young were great. It's not like this. I think even still now, for example, the public school in Sakumono would not just be an ordinary,
I think it's just the pride that
the community,
you as an individual.
The community also
she
proud.
Went to definitely a preparatory school, an international school.
Which one?
You went to Akoso.
Which one?
Yeah.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that if you went to that school.
Yeah.
Great school. Great school.
Like
and for those of you in Morning Star,
like you have an excellent start.
Yes.
But that's definitely not an advantage.
No, it's not.
It is.
It's not all the time.
Look, questions do some more. No, let's be truthful. If you went to a public school, you struggle a lot more than if you went to, let's say, a preparatory school because the questions are very familiar to a student or a pupil who went to a preparatory school.
Okay, so please send us your views. Send us
your
views on what Roland is talking about. Whilst Dennis reads some more messages on WhatsApp 056800,000.
All right, but let's take this on Facebook. Nana Barton Kennedy, that's such a long sigh, and he says the struggle of man begins at birth. Indeed, he wrote in 2008. He revised all topics that he could.
It's so young.
He was successful at the end, but because of bribery and corruption, he's still struggling to achieve his aim as a science student.
He needs to listen to Otabe.
Okay.
Because the problems he has is not because he didn't get his papers right. He can get everything right in life. I think we need to encourage him.
Sure.
He says he's still, as a science student. Maybe science is not necessarily your thing.
Sometimes
we all have dreams
to being a science student.
Like a nurse, you want to become a nurse, aeronautic engineer, doctor, broadcasting engineer, like me.
My father wanted me to be an engineer because he was one. And so I was forced to do science, but I moved out of science.
I could imagine. Mama being in science class, no they see talk.
But Pancras Nash says he wrote in 2005 and says it was normal like the terminal exam. Sure, he sounds sharp, but he says I finished.
The papers leaked.
I finished
if it
the
was
English
normal
paper,
like the mock, then it means the papers leaked.
He says I finished the English paper before time, but the invigilator didn't allow me to leave the exam hall. Because of that, I had to sleep in the hall. Now I had a classmate who was Chinese, and Mama V, he would solve the math question. I'm not exaggerating. In 20 minutes.
The Asians are...
And he will sleep.
The Asians are just great. The Asians are like the Chinese, the Japanese,
the
Indians.
2-hour paper in 20 minutes.
The Indians are just so good at the maths.
Wow.
No, seriously. Yeah.
And he was always using a different, way to answer it, but he always arrived at the same answer. As the teacher... whenever she asks a question in
look, the Asians are good at it.
Ignores him.
No,
I'm
the
sure
Asians are good at the maths.
Sure they are. But Agbanyo Roland, sorry. Mama V, please help me.
Abangbayam Roland.
No, this is not a Voltarian.
It's not a Voltarian.
This is from the northern region.
Okay, so Roland, Agbangbayem Roland.
Yeah. That's my name.
Yes, mine was in 2003, and we were the first batch to start that exams at UA JHS with only 3.
UA? Is it Japan? UA?
No, it's not. Move on.
With only 3, I mean masters. I think he means teachers, and 4 3-year students, but we still got secondary school.
Wow.
That's great. A lot of your comments coming in here on Facebook. You can get onto our Facebook page. Our name is Joy News on TV. We are finding out from you when you wrote BEC and how the experience was like for you. We'll be glad to hear.
Which year did you write again?
I wrote in 2006.
Okay.
You're such a baby. All right, so we have to wrap up on this. Suleiman Asunma Inwa says, hey, YX, stop punishing we the villagers about leaked papers. We're innocent too, Suleiman.
Well, my time, I wish that I had leaked papers. I'm sure I would have.
You have blown the paper or something.
Well, I still did well.
Okay, this one says, I'm looking forward to the day that Mama V. Roland and Miss Abu Benis on my TV on AM show.
We're here. We're here.
Oh, I don't get it. Did you get it?
Oh, so I'm looking forward to the day that no.
Yeah, so no, but this is the day. It's the 3 of us.
No, but you've sent out the message already. Yeah. No bets. Are you getting the transmission well?
Okay, so this is the final one. Everybody close your eyes.
Okay.
This one says, good morning, Mama V. Roland. I pray against every spirit of fear and intimidations, against all BEC candidates, and wishing all of them the best, especially Fadome Central LAJHS, Nelson and Koforidua. Amen to that. And see you in a bit.
Amen.
It's not easy. Some people are struggling in some schools.
See you soon.
Well, so we have to take a break. When we come back, we're looking at some stories, front, back page of the newspapers. We'll look at some online portals. And today we have Benis around. We'll be looking at some online portals for us. That's the work we're scheduling for her now to the end of the year. Benis, welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's a great privilege. We're taking a break. When we come back, we'll have the newspapers and the online portal reviews for you.